Welcome everyone to the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers. We are broadcasting live from our studio in beautiful Safety Harbor, Florida. Please send in your questions through Facebook and let your friends know about the show. And now, here are your Thunderstrikers.
Look at that. Hey, folks, thank you very much. Great job tonight. Great intro. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers in beautiful Safety Harbor Studios. And I'm going to right now introduce our favorite host, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live show with your host, Joe D'Angelo, and my most illustrious co-host, Jeff Snyder.
How's it going, everyone? Glad to be here. Go Bolts.
Go Bolts. Where do we start? Well, let's start on a positive note because there is some positivity here. The power of positivity is here in Safety Harbor.
Thanks to our wonderful player, Braden Point. Braden Point comes back on Thursday to give us a 7-2-3 lead and win over the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Absolutely. Braden Point scores 2 minutes and 28 seconds into the first period, assisted by, of course, Stammer and Nikita Kucherov. And you know, that first line is getting the job done in this game.
Yes, they did a really good job on that. They played hard, they played fast. They really showed them what they could do, and it paid off.
Absolutely. Tyler Johnson at 4:19 of the first period scores. And we're on a roll. It was really looking good, and it just kept on going. Tavares got a goal at 7:46 to make it 2-1.
Yeah.
But Nikita Kucherov at 11:24 with his second goal of the season, and it was a power play goal.
Yes, it was. He really showed the finesse that is the Cooch.
Yes. And at 12:45, your boy
Back in the game.
Kevin Shattenkirk.
There we go.
Third goal of the season, and the Lightning went up 3-2 with the assist from Tyler Johnson.
Internet fans, keep an eye on Shattenkirk. He's one to watch.
Yes, and that's what he had said. Well, Matthews scored to tie it up at 17:56, but then hammer time.
There it comes.
1917, Stammer time with his third on the power play.
Yep.
With assist by Sorelli and Braden Point. And it's 4-3 at the end of the first period. And I really thought that, you know, our offense was kicking in, especially after the tongue lashing that the team got from none other than our captain,
Yes.
Steven Stamkos.
It really came down to they came out on the ice like they were on fire. They played like they were playing in a championship. They didn't hold back. They're playing more aggressive. And they really showed what we expect from the Lightning, even this early in the season.
Exactly. And, you know, I think there was pressure, especially after a tongue lashing. Even Cooper, you know, must have said something because the team was totally different.
Yes.
They look like a cup winner for crying out loud.
And then what happened? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Second period, 10:46, Braden Point with his second goal, and all of a sudden it's 5-3 Bolts with the assist, of course, of Cooch and Stamkos. You gotta love that first line.
Yep. They really
do some.
It's like they never left. It's like they never stopped playing in the direction they played right up to the playoffs last year. Braden got injured. Somehow he had some surgery. They don't really say too much about that, just that he had both hip surgery.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's come through to really help him out. It seems he's skating strong. He's skating bold. He's taking the hits on the board. He's not shying away. And it's almost like nothing changed with the front line.
Yes.
And these guys, it's almost like they're laser focused in this game, and the best way, lightning fast.
Absolutely. So now we're going into the third period. We're up 5-3, feeling pretty confident, and with good reason. This team is beating a top team, in Toronto, and you figured it was going to be a lot closer game with the offense from Toronto, and we just shut them down. Period. We shut them down. So at 3:56, guess who scored the next goal? Andre Palat.
Always.
His second goal of the season. Let's see. Assist by Sorelli and Sergachev. Again, he is an assist machine this year so far.
He really is.
6-3, and then the icing on the cake at 6:57. Nikita Kucherov with his third goal, and the assist by Steven Stamkos. And guess what? We win 7-3 in Toronto.
Yes.
And really, I think all the Bolts fans were really back on track with this team, saying, all right, this is the way we're supposed to play. This is the expectation from the Bolts fans and the team itself.
Yep.
And the coach and everybody's expectation on how good this team really is offensively. And we got that win, and all of a sudden, it really looked really, really promising Saturday night after the game.
It did.
Unfortunately.
And there's an unfortunate there. We've all seen the game scores. We all know what's going on. You got to know where we're heading on this. We don't even want to go there. To be honest with you, nobody wants to talk about Saturday's game.
Yeah.
Nobody's happy with it, of course, except Ottawa.
Yeah.
But nobody in the Bolts camp is pleased. Everyone's scratching their heads. Everyone's pointing fingers, including me.
Yes.
And I'm pointing pretty hard.
Yeah, and it's a very touchy subject because Cooper is very popular, and Cooper has the support of the management staff. Julian has gone on record and said that John Cooper is going to be his man to lead us to the cup.
Yes.
And quite frankly, if we choke it up again, there comes a time when you have to start showing a little bit of concern here. I know it's 4 games into the season.
It is early.
We've talked about that, about it being so early in the season. But here's a quote from Ryan McDonough saying, we wasted a great effort by Curtis McKinley, our goaltender.
McElhinney, yeah.
McElhinney, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
One day you're going to get that right.
I mean,
when we go to the playoffs next year, folks, he will have this name right.
So, it's very lethargic in the 4-2 loss. A lot of it's centered on 5-on-5 play lacking, turning the puck over way too much, and the passing wasn't crisp. Those are obvious factors.
True. But, Joe, there are some good things. And first of all, folks, I am not in the camp to fire a coach right off the bat. No knee-jerk reactions here. I think we need to give him the chance that he has to either win or lose. And if he starts to win and comes up with good plays and gets his team back together the way they should be, all power to him. If he keeps losing, there's a fine line between business and friendships. And to keep someone on board because of a promise and a hope loses hockey games.
Yeah.
And losing hockey games loses fans. Losing fans loses revenue. And all of a sudden, we're looking for real players again because we can't afford the ones we have. So it's a slippery slope, and we want to make sure we don't wait too long and then have to rebuild or redo or get so far down in the rankings that we have no shot at the playoffs with a new coach.
And, it bugs me that, they had all those power plays and literally did nothing, no shots on goal.
It's almost like they were intimidated. It's almost like, because a lot of the power plays, of course, came from some pretty rough play. Within 5 minutes, we're talking that Yanni Gord and Dylan DeMello, they were both dropping their gloves and fighting on the ice. Braden Point got in a good scrap. There were a lot of hooks.
He took
some good shots. For a guy that wasn't wearing his helmet, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But a lot of trips, a lot of hooks, a lot of bad penalty play.
Yeah.
And are we really that afraid of an aggressive team? We're not going to hurt them. We've got to figure out why we are falling short with teams that should not be beating us.
4 power play chances
Yeah.
in the Senators game. 4. I mean, literally, you're getting handed this opportunity, and none of the guys are shooting the puck.
Yeah.
Shoot the damn puck. Here we go again with this. How many times have we talked about this? How they're not shooting the puck, how their passing has not been crisp, they're turning the puck over, they're not giving the goaltender, and I'm going to say the goaltender, any kind of chance.
Exactly. Let's not throw shade on McElhaney, because you can only stop so many pucks.
Yeah.
Especially new with the Lightning, especially his skill set. I mean, Vasilevsky has let some pucks by, and we know what a great goalie he is. So we can't really shoot too much on our goalie, considering we do not have the defensive play that we should. And that brings me to Stamkos.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about that for a minute, and let's get that off the plate before we move forward with the fun stuff.
Captain Stamkos himself.
Captain Stamkos. You got to love him. Not everyone does, but I do. But at the same time, if you cannot motivate your team other than screaming and having a hissy fit to get them fired up, something is wrong. If you're not backing up on the ice and playing the defensive plays you need to play just so you can hang out and wait for your favorite shot, which they all come from the same spot, we know that.
Right.
You know, maybe it's time to take a look at who else can step up as an A captain on the front line, not just your defensive guys, that can maybe either give him some help or maybe in the future replace him.
Well, the bottom line is, supposedly our captain went off on the team and, fired them up and inspired them. And then, you go out, you beat one of the best teams in the NHL in their house, which is very impressive. We were all so excited. Look, going into this game against the Senators, we were thinking, okay, let's get our record up. We got to win this, right away. You think, we're going to take down the 0-3 Senators, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Wrong.
We come out and play like we did against Carolina.
And we're ahead. And instead of trying to put more shots in the goal, we start to sit back and start to kill the time.
Let's look at some
And
other
that
points.
killed us.
I got what I call bullet points.
Oh, I love those.
Rely too much on skill. We talked about that last show. Rely too much on skill.
Yes, we did.
Here's another one. Too many odd man rushes. How many times are they going to get these odd man
These
rushes?
odd man rushes are actually kicking us right off our skates. They cannot seem to understand or deal with an odd man rush.
Yeah.
And it's getting us every single time. Every goal was scored in odd man rush this game. You know that?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Except, of course, the empty net. That doesn't count.
Right. Coaches ran a 100-minute practice Tuesday, finding. Okay, so they ran this practice, 100-minute practice on Tuesday, to try to get these skills and everything. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, the Toronto game, they were really awesome, and then they fell back to doing the bad things that they know they can't do.
Yep.
Now, another thing that they're in progress is trying to find a partner for Victor Hedman.
Yes, it's going to be a tough run, too.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of choices, but who's really going to be able to play at his level?
Yeah.
And his intensity. And the thing about Hedman, hell of a player, but if he gets overexcited, he's shooting you that puck very quickly, and you better be ready for it.
Exactly. Yeah. We can all agree Braden Point is the most important player on this team.
Yep.
That disturbs me, and I'll tell you why, Joe. I love Braden Point. He's my favorite player, bar none. I've got everything that can be autographed. He's autographed, and he's a fantastic player and a person. My concerns are this: what happens if he gets injured?
Yeah.
What can we do if we don't have our quote shining star there for us?
It all falls on the rest of the guys.
And these guys aren't prepared for that.
Yeah.
That's the problem the Lightning face. They're not prepared for contingent situations. They're not prepared for the odd man rush. They certainly weren't prepared for their old teammate Vlad to walk in there and know their plays, know what he's up against, and instead of the lighting adjusting, they let him score 2 goals.
Yeah. I mean, he literally just walked in and shot it right past Cooch there.
Well, he knew what Cooch was going to do.
Yeah.
He's seen these plays over and over again.
He knew it, yeah.
And there is no allowance, and this came pretty much from Stamkos at one point last year.
Mm-hmm.
It is a hierarchy. There is not a lot of room to think outside the box on the ice. Maybe we need to start letting them do it because they have the skill and the talent. They have the teamwork, but are they really performing outside the typical box, and are the other teams starting to figure this out?
Exactly.
Alan, while you're on the subject of point, Alan wants to know why is point so the most important.
Well, points. I have to agree that point is at this time is one of the most important.
I think so.
He brings a youth, an excitement to the game. He brings a real sense of teamwork. He's one of the fastest skaters in the league, and he's so precise with what he does. When you need that puck placed in a certain part of that ice, Braden Point will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's more important than anyone else, but there are lighting players and over the years, and there are hockey players all over the place that they have the skill that Point does, and all they do is talk about themselves, keep the puck to themselves, and make these spectacular plays, which Braden does make. But at the same time, he plays as a team player. He's there for his people.
Exactly.
That's what makes him a professional in my book.
Exactly. And, you know, I'm going to skip on to the best player on the team. Obviously, it's Cooch. We are going to answer several questions that were for the
Question
show.
time.
We are going to answer some questions about that, but I just wanted to touch on how good our backup goalie has been. 36-year-old. He's been every bit worth the $1.3 million that he's earning in salary.
Yes, I have to agree.
I agree.
Absolutely. And I think everybody agrees. He is really doing quite well. And you can't expect anything more when you're facing in 2 games like 70 shots.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible.
It's sad. Is what it is.
It's sad,
that
but
we're
it's
making that much
incredible
worse.
that he's making all those saves and
Yeah.
he's keeping this team in the game, and they're not doing their jobs. Whenever Curtis is in the goal, this is what's happening right now.
Now, I will tell you this, though. When the penalty kills came out, we really shined.
Absolutely.
We did a great job. At one point, we were 5-on-3.
Yep.
And did not allow a goal during that penalty time.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, and hopefully maybe they'll figure this out also. If you do so well when you're a man short, why can't you do that well when you're full strength?
Exactly. Good point.
And that really falls down to the whole philosophy of this whole situation. When we play the better teams, we play better. When we play the worst teams, we fall apart. Is it a mental thing? Is it something in their heads that has to come out? This has to be addressed, or we're going to fall down the rabbit hole.
Absolutely. And you know what? This team's got to respond better to this, and especially when we do play the weaker teams. This was a question sent to me earlier. Does a goalie affect the way a team plays in front of him? Well,
Oh, yes.
Bassy, this team is always up and plays very, very well. But when you have our backup goaltender in there, it's like look at the starts that our backup goalie has had, and look at the results.
Well, that comes with experience too. That comes with time on the ice with this team.
You got to play better for your goalie.
But your goalies, I mean, they're not just guarding that net. They're keeping the time. They're alerting their players to potential issues. They are constantly working on that ice. And I believe if you sat close enough down to the ice at sometimes, you'll hear them. You'll hear them yelling and screaming at their own players. They are probably the biggest cheerleaders in the entire stadium. We just can't hear them through that mask.
Yeah. Okay, another question, and this is an interesting question as well. I think I touched on this a little bit. Discuss how a team is so explosive one night, Of course, we're talking about,
Yeah.
she's talking about the Toronto game where
Of
we were
course.
very explosive.
Yes.
And by the way, Andre Vasilevsky wasn't goal that night when we exploded. And then the implode against the Senators. So she's asking, how can it be so explosive one night and then lose to an 0-3 team the next night?
If anyone has an answer to that, please contact Cooper as soon as possible. We'd all like to know that. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. Who asked that question?
That was
Ellen.
Ellen, great question, Ellen. You're right. And you share the same frustrations we all do at this point. How can a team so darn good be so bad the next time on the ice?
Yeah.
It's consistency. It cannot be the venue. It cannot be the ice. It cannot be anything other than ourselves. We are just failing to be consistent and taking some of these teams seriously. Just because you've got an 0-3 team you're playing against, you better play them like they're a 3-0 team.
You got to show up in the building. You got to get your stuff together. You got to get your equipment on. You got to go with the same mental thinking. Okay, how we kicked butt against Toronto, and then all of a sudden we come out and we're flat, and we're terrible against the 0-3 Senators. So
We both held 18 minutes of penalty. So we're doing a little more time in the box, which we really shouldn't be doing. We talked about that last show. Actually, we talked about that Sunday and Tuesday. We have to find a balance. We have to find a balance between staying out of that box and being aggressive, because a lot of these teams have found that balance. In fact, that was happened to us on Saturday. Ottawa, even though they had 18 minutes in the penalty box, they hurt us.
Yeah.
They put a hurt in it. There were a lot of hits, which we did not have in the past. I didn't see it coming from Ottawa. And all of a sudden, these guys just woke up and started playing hockey.
yeah, it's almost like Ottawa is 0-3. They're desperate to win. They're desperate. They're going out and saying, hey, we need to win a game, so we're going to give 150%. And the Lightning are just like,
We maybe gave 20%,
if
If
that.
that.
if that.
Okay, the next question into me is, and I'm going to let the co-host answer this
Oh, thank you.
because he is a Shaddy fan. This was also an Ellen question. Shattenkirk really doing what he's supposed to be doing? Question mark. He seems to spend a lot of time on the offensive, scoring goals, but he needs to get back to playing his defensive position in order to avoid these goals being sent on, which is his real position, his defense, according to what she's saying.
Yes. Who's?
This is Ellen.
Ellen. Again, good question. Shattenkirk is becoming one of my favorite players. Right behind Braden. I'm very impressed with his play. I've been watching him long before he got to us. He's played with the Blues in the past, the Avalanche, the Capitals, the Rangers. He's had a lot of different time in, and he actually was a co-captain in some of his minor league things. He's done a lot, played a lot of positions. He does not understand how the Lightning work yet, and that's just going to take time.
Exactly. All the players, all the new players,
They're all
get
new.
used to it. Yeah.
And Shattenkirk, God bless him, is extremely aggressive. He's going to chase that puck. Sometimes that draws him out of the D zone. If it does, shame on him. He's going to have to learn to back off a little bit. And don't forget, he's also got something to prove. He's 30 years old. He's been playing hockey for a long time.
Yeah.
He was pretty much told by the Avalanche, get out. We don't want you here. And set out, and we picked him up. So he's got the chip on his shoulder. He's got a lot to prove. Hopefully, he won't get in his head, and hopefully he'll stop chasing that puck so much.
Right.
But as far as his ice performance, I'm extremely impressed. Let's hope he tiles it down.
Absolutely. And any more questions, just let us know. Our producer will let us know when a question comes forward. And, of course, we're going to have to work on getting Skype up again.
Yes. Yep.
We're going to have to promote that because we really want people to call in and let us do the one-on-ones.
Right before the season this year, Joe came to me and said, we need to up the show. And I think that's fantastic. I've been watching the show for years and very impressed with everything that happens all the way around. But it's time for an upgrade. You'll hear a better audio quality coming up very shortly, along with a little better video and a lot more platforms to watch the show. Right now we've got YouTube after, we've got Facebook Live, we've got Castbox.
Oh, yeah.
We're working on some iTunes things,
Podcasting.
We're going to get out there, and as we do it, we're going to grow. Of course, there's always growing pains, but we will be adding features to this show that are going to shock everyone. There's some I'm going to tell you about right now. Of course, we'll be handling phone calls and Skype and doing all those kind of things. But there's also a couple things that we're working on. If they work out, you're going to love it. Little additions to the show.
Yeah.
All those little things add up to
The
big
secrets.
things. Yeah.
Nobody needs to know yet.
That's right.
Thing.
You can't know about this.
Well, this is a corporate letter from the corporate office in Palm Harbor.
No, what do we do? We're in trouble.
And I quote, "We are so proud of our members and our fans for the record over 200 views on Facebook."
Hey, look at that.
On Tuesday night, over 200 people watched. So it's just a congratulatory letter, and great job. This staff is amazing.
You're not gonna make this happen, you ready? Maybe not. That's those growing pains, folks.
Unbelievable job, and you know, this is an
Hey, there it is. All two people just clapped for us.
yay. So you know, great job, Mr. Producer. You're learning quick,
Always.
and that's incredible pressure by me to get the job done and get it right. And you're doing a good job. And of course, our new co-host, that's very welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, he's the reason why we're here in Safety Harbor with our shows. And everything's going really, really good. I mean, the numbers are you know, I'm a numbers guy. I'm stacked. Oh, I need to like.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. There we go.
Stats, facts, figures, and of course, there's rants.
Yes.
And
Most of which come from
me.
Joe.
He doesn't like the rant. I like the rant.
Here's how you can help us, folks. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Forward these things when they come up. Post them on your own page. Let's get the excitement not only for the Thunderstrikers, but for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Absolutely.
Let's get this going because there are exciting things that are happening. What about the toy drive, Joe?
Toy drive is building momentum. We're going to get those wraps. We already got a flash drive with the wraps.
Wow.
So all we need to do is just get them on the boxes. And when we get back from vacation, guess what? The boxes are going to start going to the sponsor restaurants and office buildings and everywhere where we have. And, you know, the official time of that period is the first week in November, where we start the toy drive, which is going to be really, really exciting. And
Hey, by the way, Ron, just so you know, for $50, you'll tell anyone? Okay, checks in the mail.
Ronnie Pisco.
Hey, Ronnie, thank you very much for being on. We actually were talking about you before the show. It's a pleasure to have someone come on all the time and be one of our regulars. Glad you're here. Thank you for, hey now. Thank you for being a part of the show. It's great to have you here. Like I said, we've been doing some new setups. Now I'm able to actually, with Devin's in the back watching these things, but I can actually watch the comments too. Love to see the comments come through. As much as I can see them, I'm definitely going to be responding to them. Hey, it says, even Facebook wants me to share this video. So they're onto something.
Yeah, they're onto something.
But like I said, get the word out. It's not only going to help us in the show, which is a great thing, and we have a great time. It gets the information out for the Lightning. And this toy drive at this time of year, we all know is so, so important.
Absolutely. And Ronnie knows because he was a big part of it last year with our home delivery service.
Yes.
Nice.
So we're not only delivering the toys to Mason Dixon, the iconic radio broadcaster of
Awesome guy.
Live, but we're also doing it home-to-home base delivery.
That's fantastic.
So there ain't a better feeling in the world. But we've reached the halfway point, so I'm going to give it to my producer right now.
Hey, halfway.
Take it away, Devin.
thank y'all. I just want to say thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it, and we're glad you're here. Glad to see the comments flowing up here. I just want to talk who's in the room here. We had David and Nancy Jacobs. Tom Toronto was in.
Hey!
Hey, Tom. How's your golf game going?
Oh, jeez.
Valerie Litch, of course. Mike, Richard Jordan, Scott,
All our regulars.
Chris, Ellen, of course, Ron.
Uh-huh. Who knows? Stick around for Tuesday night. You never know. There could be a sighting.
Yeah.
It could show up.
You could show up. And our ratings keep on going up, which I love.
Maureen.
Hi,
That's awesome.
Maureen.
So, of course, Jeff on his phone.
Oh, I'm here too.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
nice to know.
We're broadcasting live from the Safety Harbor studio. And back to you guys.
Hey, here we are. We're back again.
We got
Let
to
me tell you
do
something how
go ahead.
important that but we touched on it and we kind of broke off for this.
Mhm.
You guys know what all the toy drive is about, and it's getting that time of year. Not only with Christmas coming up, but we have Thanksgiving, we have Halloween, we have first in the fall. We've got schools just started back. These kids need us more than ever, and it is never a better feeling than to see a child smile when there wasn't one there before.
Mhm.
And not just because of what we say about them and what we hope for them, what we think about them, but what we do for them. So really push this show, and I promise what I'll do back is I will really push this toy drive. When these boxes go out, every single show, once these boxes are out, we'll have a list read out of where these boxes are, where you can find them, and the toys you can give, and how much we appreciate it. And that's what it's really all about. We all love to hear about the bolts. We love our lightning, and I do too. It's more than anybody knows. But I also feel that doing the right thing for our community is what makes it all right.
Absolutely.
Sorry, that was my rant.
It's doing the right thing. And his rant is very low key, and that's okay. But I'm going to give you some energy. I'm going to tell it like it is, how I feel things need to go.
Here we go.
But I ain't going to do that yet.
Oh.
Because I got to promote the lightning. That's my job as your host. The 19th annual Bolts Run is coming Sunday, October 27th. Of course, you know, me and Devin are not going to be in town at that particular time. We're going to be in North Kakalaki at the Barbecue Fest and enjoying some quiet time and some relaxing time. So Sunday, October 27th, everybody will be out there at 7:30 a.m. the first race.
Yes.
Log on to TampaBayLightning.com/Bolt Run for more information. And I think we touched up on that.
Not everybody, Joe. What time was that again?
7:30 a.m. is the first race.
All right, if anyone tries to wave to me, you better wave to me in my bed.
Yeah, that's too early for Jeff.
Yeah.
Way early. I'm retired. It's way too early for anything at this point.
Too early for me, too. So,
Yes.
Oh, most definitely for you.
Good gracious.
9, 10 o'clock.
well, when you can't
Would be
sleep.
nice, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, that would be nice.
Yeah, I wish I could sleep that late.
Well, when you can't sleep at night, takes you 3, 4, 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find some. Oh, can't find any steppy music. I'm sorry.
Yes, we're gonna have the noisemaker soon too.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing! All the cool things we're gonna have in this studio.
Absolutely. You know what? You think you have it great on the Tuesday show where we got the regular WZIG radio booth, but we're gonna have a radio booth right here.
But they have wings. Now that's one thing I gotta
That's
tell
a
you.
huge advantage.
They have a huge advantage over this show on Sundays, simply because those wings are just too damn good.
Yeah, they are.
Snappers Bar and Grill, folks, on 19 in Palm Harbor. We're not getting anything out of it by talking about this right now, but I will tell you what, I finally got a chance to eat there before the show last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I had a combination of hot wings, and you ready for this? Sushi. Their sushi is very, very good.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed my time there. The place was great. The owner was just wonderful. A lot of fun. The
Thank you,
wait
Paul.
staff. Yeah, Paul, you did a great job. Thank you so much. You hired a real good wait staff. They were real friendly and helpful.
Mm-hmm.
We look forward to being out there. I'm sorry I can't be out there on Tuesdays very often, but when I can, I'm going out there not only for the show, but to have some wings too, because I loved it. Very good stuff.
Absolutely. And, thank you, Paul, for everything you do.
Very much.
And while we're on the subject of thanking everybody, we might as well thank a very important guy to our Thunderstrikers, and that is Greg Smeater.
Oh, Greg, thank you so much.
Greg is the owner of Our Place.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and Our Place is not only all you can eat pasta on Sunday nights, $10.95. $10.95, you can have all you can eat, never be limited. Fettuccine Alfredo is calling my name.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love some fettuccine. I can't even say it.
I still remember.
You gotta love some fettuccine Alfredo.
I beat him out one time.
Yeah, but that's because he was on something.
Well, that's beside the point.
You were on something. You were on medication, and that's why you ate more than me. But generally, nobody eats more than I do, and that place is awesome.
Looking at you, I can see why.
I weigh less than this guy.
Probably.
And I'm older than this guy, but I don't look older than this guy.
This is very true. Very true. I am as old as dirt. You know, Ron, I was actually born 2 days before rain. I kill myself. Hey, let's talk about some lightning, shall we?
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Anybody else to thank? I'd like to make a thank you right now to my wonderful wife, Lisa.
Yes.
For some fantastic chili tonight.
Chili.
And cornbread
with
a little piece of corn in it. So good.
That was good. That was good. And we're spoiled because we're always around good food.
Yeah,
no matter where we go, whether it be Safety Harbor, our corporate headquarters in Palm Harbor, or wherever we're at, we have some good food.
Unless you're at the Emily Arena.
And again, here we go. Thank you very much for reminding me about the fact that I can't stand Pepsi. Why did you bring Pepsi into the Emily Arena? For the love of God.
It is so easy to fire up Joe. All I have to do is say, "Hey, Joe, where's your Coke?" And it's all over.
Where's my cherry?
All right.
Where's my cherry Coke?
This is true.
Thank you for living next to Circle K because they have my cherry Coke. Although they dropped the ball tonight, they didn't have the cherry Coke. I was not happy.
Well, like the Lightning, we tend to drop the ball every once in a while.
So that's got to stop.
Exactly.
We got to stop dropping the
So
ball.
let's worry about some of these turnovers. I mean, in fact, I hate to say it, but one of the biggest offenders on Saturday was my boy Shattenkirk. Turned it over a lot. Dropped it right in the lap of Bobby Ryan at one point. And it's just, we do not want to watch Shattenkirk and Braden Coburn try and recover this puck constantly.
Braden Coburn. And then the mental mistake by Cernak, which I had to correct my crew here because they had figured it was somebody else.
Yes. I'm sorry, Sorelli.
They blamed Sorelli when I knew it was Cernak. Cernak, you cannot take the puck.
No.
And
that's kind of a no-no. I was watching this game Saturday and thinking about all the new penalties that have arisen since these new rules have come out. Not many of them were broken on Saturday because we kept breaking the old ones. We're too busy doing that. And we need to really start playing like the playoff-bound team that we are. And I truly think, and this is my mark, and I already called Shattenkirk, and I called Point. I'm going to call this one.
Yep.
We will recover, and we will persevere.
Tuesday night.
And it'll start Tuesday night.
But
come on, guys. We've got to get it going.
Andre Vasilevsky will be in goal on Tuesday night. And you watch what happens when Andre Vasilevsky gets back in goal.
Hey, Ellen, let me know how good these concerts have been at Emily Arena just recently. We had 21 Pilots and who? We don't know. Hopefully Pepsi will step in and give us some more. I'm reading your comments out. Thank you for the comment. Hopefully Pepsi will step in and give us some better quality concerts.
Well, they better.
But they got to pick it up because we don't have anything going on right now.
I'll tell you what, Pepsi needs to make better soda because it sucks.
Or just drive to Orlando and you can have Coke in the Amway Arena. I do know that for a fact.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. And there's a lot of people that are not happy with that. There was a lot of changes this year from the Lightning. They took away the Lightning girls. They took away Coke.
Yeah.
Those are two huge losses right off the bat when you take away the Lightning girls, who, you used to look forward to coming into the arena. They were outside the arena first, greeting everybody. We all had fun and everything. It was like a little rally. And they would come on the steps with Thunderbug, and they would greet you and everything. Now they're not there anymore.
It just don't seem
Come
right.
on. It doesn't seem right. Then when you get in, you see Pepsi and the crappy water that they got, the Aquafina crap.
Folks, I would like to apologize for this show. It's just gone right off the rails and back to a soda show. And I have to agree. It takes more, and we all know this.
No changes.
I won't even talk about the Rays too much, other than I'm going to say bad things, is that it's more than just a team playing a game. This is a full entertainment venue. You have to understand the needs and the wants of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And a fan is going to pay so much money to go to a Lightning game. They want more than just watching hockey. They're going to want the perks. They're going to want neat little things and to be treated well and to be heard. So hopefully things will come around. I don't know. A lot of this is about money.
Guys, I've been a Lightning season ticket member for many, many years. And, I've seen stuff being taken away slowly, like the Lightning girls, like some of the things that they used to hand out that weren't cheap, like those crappy little things, the bracelets there, that crap.
I love those bracelets.
What's going on?
What
with
a neat thing that was. If you can sell that.
What's going on with that? Us STMs, we're loyal. We spend a lot of money each year to come down
STMs. Us.
I said us.
Us. Well, you got a squirrel in your pocket? Hey, you know what?
Are you a season ticket member?
Yes.
Okay.
Holder.
Us season ticket members. Me for a very long time. We want to just have those amenities.
Competition.
We want to have these amenities. We want to have these things. We don't want to have crap. And to have it taken away is just not a good thing, guys.
It is bad. It is bad.
It is.
But let's talk about Saturday, shall we? Who was the player of the game for the Lightning?
Lord almighty.
Who was the player of the game for the Lightning?
Great point with that fight.
Boy, he was a good fight. That was a phenomenal fight.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
But I have to give it to Scott Saborin.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Hey Scott, thank you so much from the Lightning. We send you to the penalty box for holding. You come out of the penalty box and charge our goalie. Way to go, dude.
Yeah, I tried to take him out. What the hell was he thinking?
Maybe he got homesick from the penalty box. Maybe he just wanted to be back in.
Maybe could have.
I don't know, but he could have really injured our.
He really could have. No, at a serious point, it really could have hurt him, and it possibly did.
That's serious, right?
You know, because one of the biggest things they say about hockey is, unlike other sports players who try to pretend they're hurt, hockey players try to pretend they're not hurt.
You do not charge the goaltender.
Nope.
And that's unacceptable, and that really I blew a gas.
I think it should have been a major, to be honest with you. It should have been a major.
Absolutely.
Again, that's up to them, but Rod, I gotta love it.
Yeah, that's just bad. And I'm gonna say it right now that as much as we hate Wes McCauley, and we know his bad reputation as a Lightning hater, he made the right call for once. Congratulations, Wes. You made the right call on that interference. He definitely nearly got his head taken off.
Yeah, that was very, very bad play.
Yeah.
And almost unsportsmanlike at that point.
Devin had texted me, and he was mad. He blamed it on the refs. No, you don't blame it on the refs there. That was blatant. He went bang, right into him.
Exactly. Back to Ellen real quick. Yes, the boring brigade. Funny story. I decided, because I had nothing to do, because there were no Bolts playing on a Sunday, I actually went to the Amalie Arena and auditioned to be a Bolts blues crew, and of course was cut because I'm old.
Well, we
In
don't
fact.
want to. We don't want to really see guys.
And
We
I
wanna
can't
see, we wanna see
stretch.
females.
Yeah, we do.
I know, but the thing is, I met all these kids. They're all young, energetic. God bless them. They're doing the best they can. Joe, I agree with you that the Lightning Girls really need to come back. Ellen, I agree with you that it's pretty boring out there with guys just waving flags. But there's a lot behind the scenes. Hopefully, they're going to do. The thing about the Bolts Brigade this year, the Blue Crew, whatever they're going to call themselves, these guys are actually hired not just to be ice personalities now. They're actually hired to go out into the community and do community events, work with children. So it's a little bit more than the Lightning Girls did. But at the same time, yeah, we miss them a lot.
Yeah, and it's just not the same when you get into the arena, whether you're outside the arena or inside the arena. It's just not the same.
What do you mean you tried to call, Ron?
Ron tried.
No, thought you wanted to call in.
What? I don't know. Moving on to hockey.
We don't have call-ins yet.
Hey, it's 7:45. We got 15 minutes left. Talk about hockey.
Yes, we do.
We haven't even finished this horrid game.
Oh, jeez.
Horrid game on Saturday. I don't know if you were watching it. I'm sorry that we all wasted your time because I just wanted to go to sleep after that game.
Yeah, that was bad.
Just
It's
not
really,
fun.
really annoying.
Not fun.
Annoying and something that. Oh, should we take the call?
Good, take it.
Take the call. Speakerphone. Hi, Ron.
Hey,
Welcome.
how you doing, Ron?
Our first caller this season. All right, you got to turn down your radio in the back, but you're our first caller this season. Yes. Yes. Well, Ron, we're very glad you called in. Folks, you'll see a progression here. We're going to be getting the phone lines through the system. It's going to be clear, going to be crisp. You're going to hear a lot better show. That just comes with technology. Unfortunately, it just takes a little bit of time to pick this stuff up. Sorry, Ron, you're breaking up.
You're breaking up, Ron.
You're breaking up, Ron. Bye, Ron. Hey, look at that, our first call this season.
You're breaking up, Captain. You're breaking up.
Right. So,
Wow, incredible.
they got these penalties. Their line shift was sloppy. So sloppy, they actually got, for the second time this year, too many men on the ice.
Yeah,
What are we thinking?
not thinking correctly.
It is not hard. I don't remember any time last year that the Lightning put too many men on the ice. Their shift changes were always smooth, always professional, cut almost with a knife.
Yeah.
Before you knew it, you looked up, there's 3 new players on the ice, and what just happened? Now they're bumping into each other, they're back from the line, they're taking passes while they're trying to do a shift change.
Yeah.
Guys, calm down, slow down, get your heads back in the game.
Yep. Yep. But on a positive note, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with 3 goals apiece.
Yes.
And Braden Point with 2, and of course he wasn't in. But he's already caught up to them guys already.
Yes. He's
So
got 6 points for the season so far.
yes, he does.
And
As Kuch has 6 as well, and Sergachev has got 6.
Yep.
So we have 3-way tie for points, and then Shaddy and Hetty with 4 apiece. And then assist-wise, Sergachev has 6, Hetty has 4, Cirelli has 4, and Kuch and Stamkos with 3 apiece on that.
Yep.
So those are quick stats.
everyone's getting a shot at that puck. They're getting a look at the puck.
They are.
Some are doing better than others with it, but they're all progressing to a point. If you look at the raw stats, we should just be destroying the Ottawa Senators.
Absolutely.
And we didn't.
And we didn't, So now we turn the page and we look forward to Tuesday night. Andrei Vasilevsky in goal, 7 o'clock on Tuesday night against the Montreal Canadiens.
Staying up in Canada.
We need a victory, folks. We need to play better. We need to have puck management. Enough with this sloppiness. and you know, it's got to stop.
And we need to shoot the puck too.
Shoot the damn puck too. Yeah, key.
So
Keys.
definitely be ready for a great game Tuesday. Tuesday, of course.
Tuesday night in Montreal.
Tuesday night in Montreal. The best way to enjoy the Tampa Bay Lightning game is to watch it on TV and to listen to the Thunderstrikers while you're watching it, because we're going to be talking about it during the game. I won't be there, but these guys will.
Yep.
Where are we going to be at? Snappers Bar and Grill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's a great thing you can do. Show up to Snappers, get some wings, get some sushi, sorry, Ron, and enjoy the game on some of their big screen TVs.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's a great place to be. We'll be live, and we'll be covering the game.
Yes.
As always. And
I will be watching the game.
Yeah. That's what we do. And Ronnie knows how good as a matter of fact, Ronnie was just like praising all the food at Snappers, just like everybody else we know does.
Yeah.
And that's how good the food is. So, you know, if you guys can make it in Palm Harbor, that's where we're going to be at.
Yep.
And the WZIG radio booth.
104.1 FM.
That's right.
Hey, so we've got a few minutes left in the show. Who's our player of the week?
That's a good question.
I've got one.
Oh.
Let's talk about Shattenkirk, shall we? You know, I love this guy. He's my up-and-comer.
Yeah. He's good, no doubt, but in my mind, there's no question about it. Nikita Kucherov is going to lead this team.
Yes.
He's going to lead this team just like he did last year. I think he's going to be the key player. And, of course, Stammer is going to have a lot to say about that. Stammer is awesome.
So we'll point.
And, of course, Braden Point's, of course, going to be there. He's a key. He is
Yes.
the key player of this team. He is the future of this team.
But just like we talked about early in the show, Joe, is if Point gets hurt, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We also cannot rely everything on Kucherov. As much as we love Mr. 86,
we need more than that.
if he goes down, we have to be ready to fight back and keep fighting while he's healing.
Well, last
Where's
year
Jamel Smith?
we showed a depth last
Yes.
year, and you don't win that many games, you know, by accident or fluke. And this team should have won the cup last year and failed. And enough with this.
Yes.
You know, we get to the dance, and we're always leaving without the shoe.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, enough of this. We need to stop knocking on the door. We need to break the damn door down. Period.
That's a good rant, Joe. So let's talk about Shattenkirk.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
All right. So who did Shattenkirk get drafted by to come into the majors? Actually, folks, he came in drafted 14th overall in 2007.
Mhm.
Drafted by the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep.
Played actually youth hockey with the New Jersey Devils. Thank God he didn't end up going there.
Ugh.
And then he went to school in Brunswick, in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yep.
Ended up with the USA Hockey Development Program, helping kids, and that's one of the reasons we like him a lot, because he started off his career helping others, helping kids, especially in the hockey arena. So he actually played for the Terriers in Connecticut.
Yep.
As his minor league freshman thingies. You want to talk a little bit? I like talking about Shattenkirk. I'll tell you right now.
He loves to talk about Shattenkirk, but you know what? He's already covered a lot of it. Shattenkirk was originally drafted by the Avalanche in the first round, 14th overall in the 2007 NHL draft. He had 6 foot, 206-pound defenseman.
He's a big boy.
609 career NHL games over 9 seasons with the Rangers. Unfortunately, the Rags are a crappy team, as always. Washington Capitals, St. Louis Blues, and Colorado Avalanche, hosting 75 goals, 349 points to go along with 368 penalty minutes.
Yes.
A very impressive resume, a huge pickup.
Yes.
And of course, you got to remember too that he skated in 60 career Stanley Cup playoff games, notching 5 goals and 34 points. So the guy's got a resume. The guy is our key player, and he deserves it. I'm glad he's off the Rangers. I'm glad he's on the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to embrace this. This guy's already popular with the fans already. And, of course, I have met him already and got his autographs as well.
Yeah, I heard he's a great guy.
Yeah,
how was he in person?
He signs autographs, and, you know, he got out of his car, he walked over, he signed autographs. So that's what we love to see as fans. You know, that's what we expect. We expect the players to,
And that's
sign
all part
for
of
it.
it. That's
Sign.
all
It's all
part of it.
part of it. It's all part of it. We pay their salaries.
Yes. And yes, Ed, how about game one? Good game.
Yes.
Way to start.
Yes.
Way to at least take care of your home fans.
Eddie, I'm glad you brought that up because, we're on a mission, and now the Rays mission has been terminated. We want to congratulate the Tampa Bay Rays on their successful season.
Yes.
And for me to say that, coming from the biggest Yankee fan on this universe, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Rays for
Yes.
their accomplishment this year.
Yeah, the guys did a great job.
Yep.
A lot of heart, a lot of soul, not a lot of money.
Let me tell you something about this whole situation here. You have to acknowledge the fact that, those are some of the things that you have to acknowledge with the low payroll, but that's based on no fans. But we're also going to acknowledge the fact that, the Rays really gave the Astros all they can handle.
Yes.
And the only reason why the Astros beat the Rays, in all honesty, from what I've seen as your broadcast journalist, is the fact that Derek Cole was a one-man wrecking crew for them.
Yes. Garrett really put us through our plays. He really made it hard for us to get anything out in the outfield. Heck, we couldn't get past first base for
Total
several innings.
domination. Total domination.
And that's something that's going to come in the future. Our hitting staff needs to pick it up. But I will tell you this, any G-Man Choi fans out there, I was lucky enough to win an auction at the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium this year, and I received today in person my G-Man Choi autographed baseball jersey. I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I would show it to you right now, but I'm afraid Joe would touch it. He's not allowed to touch it.
I wouldn't touch it at all. No. I have, like I said, for me, the biggest Yankee fan on the universe, to say what I just said and congratulate the Tampa Bay Rays on their fantastic season. It's too bad that you guys didn't make it to us. I would have loved.
Yeah, we already beat you.
I would have loved to have defeated you guys, but there's no shame in losing 12 games to the future.
You've inspired me. I'm actually going to say something about the New York Yankees, and I want to congratulate. Never mind. I hate the Yankees.
He just couldn't swallow his pride. Get out your golf clubs.
Really?
Play your golf, Rays fans, just like you do every year. See, you open the mud hole, so I gotta stop.
Hold on, Facebook being Facebook.
At the end of the show, really?
Facebook
Yeah.
being Facebook.
See, I can't see it.
That's all right. He'll tell us. That's what he's. That's his job. Is it back on?
Trying to reach him. Yep.
Hey, folks, let me tell you.
Wow.
You gotta love Facebook sometimes. Facebook was being Facebook, and pretty much said that they didn't want to hear me talk bad about the Yankees. I guess that's why they cut it off.
Well, maybe they're very smart because the Yankees are going to be the future world champions, as I predicted way back when in spring training.
Either way, this is a hockey show. We are talking about all things
Well, you
hockey.
brought up the Rays.
I did, and I'm happy for
And
everybody.
you know what?
involved.
I am totally supportive of my show being everything, not just the Tampa Bay Lightning.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's some takeaways. We have a few minutes left, folks. We're going to probably go over a couple minutes over because Facebook did decide to cancel our show.
I have no
For a few
problem
minutes and
with
bring us
that.
on back.
No problem.
I don't think
What do we do? Here's some takeaways, Joe. We are 6 out of 8
Mhm.
in the Eastern Atlantic Conference. What can we do to get ourselves out of this hole?
Play like we did against Toronto. There's your answer.
That would help, wouldn't it?
That is your broadcast journalist giving you the most honest answer that you could possibly find.
Guys, we've got Carolina. They're 5-1. Colorado,
Finally lost.
4-0. Edmonton, 5-0. And my old team from where I'm from, the Buffalo Sabres, are even 4-0 this year. I know it's early. I know it's an early start. But come on. We are 2-1.
This is interesting, and I can't believe my ears. I actually heard Jeff Snyder raise his voice.
I'm
Yeah.
not happy. I'll be honest. I'm
Not to
not
my
happy.
level, but I actually heard him raise his voice.
Yeah, I did too.
I would like to see our boys pick it up.
Well, we all want to
We
see
love
our boys
you.
pick 'em up.
We support you. We're fans through thick and thin, but let's have some more thin.
Yeah, really. And, us season ticket holders,
Us, season ticket holders.
again, I said us, I didn't say me. We need to get our money's worth. So I expect 150% each and every game, regardless of whether it is Toronto or Ottawa or the Rangers it doesn't matter what team. It doesn't matter what team. Give me 150%. Period.
Yes. Let's not be the Devils, folks. Let's not be 0-3-2. Horrible. Horrible.
That's bad.
But
That's really bad.
It is.
at the end of the day, we're not Minnesota either. We're not 0 points.
Yeah. I mean, we got to just do what we need to do. Give them extra practice. Yell at them. Do whatever you need to do. Damn it. Get this team
Figure it out.
playing
Yep.
the way it did against Toronto. I mean, because that win was so impressive.
Yes.
That was our real Tampa Bay Lightning that played against Toronto.
It was such a night and day difference. I don't know
Oh.
what happened. Hopefully they do know what happened and they can get this fixed up, but only time will tell at this point, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Joe? Let's go ahead and cut this thing short. It's been a great day today. We've had a great viewing, a lot of great comments, even a phone call, which is a new thing. Which,
Unfortunately, that didn't work
yeah,
out.
no,
too
it's
well.
all right. Things will
No.
get better as they go, but we're all, like I said, a work in progress when we're trying to professionalize and bring the show to a new level.
Absolutely.
But overall, what a great show.
It was a great show, and part of our short-term, speaking of short-term, we are going to go to our producer, Mr. Devin Stopford, for his final thought.
Hey, Devin!
Thank you for listening to the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers. Please subscribe to our Facebook channel, our YouTube channel, and our Castbox podcast. Let your friends know about the show, and we will see you Tuesday night, where we broadcast live from Snapper's Bar and Grill, the WZIG 104.1 FM radio booth in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida. Go to snappersgrill.com for more information. I am your producer, Devin. Have a great evening, and go Bolts.
Oh, my
Go
God.
Bolts! Good
Yeah,
job,
that
Devin!
was like a president's speech. That was like his president's speech. Very good. Very good. I liked it. Very good. Very good.
All right, sing us out of here, Devin.
All right, we'll do.
I like it. I can't wait for Tuesday night.
See y'all Tuesday.
See you Tuesday night. I'm Jordy Angelo, your host for the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Live. Good night, everybody.
Go Bolts! Go Bolts!
Go Bolts, wake up.